Puddles in the morning, puddles in the evening, puddles in the afternoon. Well, I'm a puddle boy and she's a puddle girl. The Puddles podcast is starting real soon.
All right, welcome to Puddles. It's your host, Andrew Collin. I'm joined by my co-host.
Brenna LaRock.
What's up?
What's up?
No, wait. Here, then here. No. Here, try again.
This is why I wanted to practice.
No, that's why it's funnier. Here. Dope. I don't know if that was worth it.
No, it wasn't.
Welcome to the show.
It's so funny to make a handshake three and a half years into a relationship.
Yeah, we should probably. It's definitely. I mean, if you're watching on YouTube, you would see that it is. I think millions of other people have the same handshake. Oh, it's not like two baseball players.
I actually have another handshake that's more unique.
What do you got?
Pinky,
thumb,
slide,
boom. Feel like that's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, and then you can.
I wanted to hate on it, but
you
it's
can even
pretty
get
cool.
crazy, and you can go like this, and then out. Woo!
Damn.
And then and then when you pound, I'm the rocket ship, and you're the fire underneath me. So you go.
Oh man.
Yeah.
The pound that blow it up was a big thing for a long time.
It was.
Blow it up. Okay, this is terrible for anyone listening.
Sorry, guys.
We apologize.
Yeah.
Oh
my God, Scout is back. I can hear her.
Okay, so there's this fucking cat that belongs to an owner down the street who showed up at our door the other night at like 2 a.m. Brenna has now taken her in like it's a new stepchild. And Brenna has fed her, has given her shelter. I believe she's brought her inside the house. She claims that she hasn't. I think this cat has been in our bed. If I had to guess, Mango is fucking furious that this new cat is taking Brenna's attention. They met each other. Brenna brought this cat to Petco to have its chip read, found out who the owner is. The owner reached out to you.
No, yeah. So I got the microchip number, had to call the company it's associated with, tell them to tell the person, I have your cat, get a hold of me. She didn't get a hold of me. I assume it's a woman because the cat smells like perfume.
It is creepier for a guy to be spraying a female cat with perfume. I see it as like one of those like the ball ones, you know what I mean? Like the long ones that were used in the 30s.
Like, cats tend to smell like their owners. I don't think she's spraying her cat with
I like the idea of her spraying it with one of those 1920s like
oh yeah. Like the pump, the air pump one. Yeah. But
go on out now.
So she didn't get a hold of me until like late in the day and was like, hey, do you have my cat? And I was like, no, I don't have your cat. But she keeps coming to my door begging for food. And I wanted to make sure she had a home. Also, I think she's pregnant. So I just don't think that they're like taking good care of this cat. She goes, oh, so sorry. She sits on my porch and sometimes
Bless you.
Sometimes she strays a little far from my porch. I'm like,
she sounded like this cat escaped, but it's out it lives with us
all day. Like it was hanging out with me in the backyard all day with me and Mango. So I'm like, you're just like, and then she came back last night and now she's here again.
Bless you.
Thank you. And now she's here again.
Yeah.
The allergies are wild in here right now.
Yeah, because there's been a random fucking stray cat in this house. It's fucking crazy. Brenna, because I've been leaving every night because I've actually had a job for the first time in 6 years. Which Brenna let me know. Brenna goes, oh, you have one job. That's what she said to me the other day. No, because I've been at least copying a little attitude, which I don't think I've been.
Yeah, you have an attitude.
No,
and I
you
said,
have a stray
oh, you give
cat.
a guy one job, and here you go.
You give a guy one job.
You forget where you came from, bitch.
It was so rude.
No, you were being rude.
No.
You were being rude to me.
You brought a fucking cat with cat AIDS, syphilis, and fucking HPV into our bed.
Give me a minky.
And Mango fucking met Scout yesterday, and it was a off. And Mango's not happy about it.
Dude, it just makes you realize every time we're around other cats, like Mango's the best cat.
Yes.
He's just got something about him, you know?
Yeah, this cat is very ugly. The other one.
Yeah.
It looks like it literally has shit on its face. And I can see why the owner wrote you like, oh, he must have snuck out. This cat. Well, here's the problem too. Brenna's been giving the cat literally like cat heroin, like the best food, like soup. So she's like, whoa, the cat's back. Weird.
Every time we open the door, she's
literally
outside the door, and she just meows at us right away. Like you open the door and you're not even open. The door isn't even fully open, and she's just like, Meow!
There is something beautiful, I'll be honest, that you have the heart and compassion and the empathy to take care of this cat. I've never seen this before. So it's nice to see.
God, I just feel bad for things that can't help themselves.
What about me?
Oh, it's nice to know.
yeah, that went over your
I've helped you as much as I can. You're on your own now. I can't. There's only so much I can do.
We also found out the cat's name's Echo and not Scout.
Yeah, I named her Scout because she looks like a cookie, and I was going to name her a Girl Scout cookie, like samosa, but that's too long. And then I was like, well, I could just name her Cookie. And I was like, that's too generic. And I was like, let me name her Scout, because she is kind of like a little Girl Scout too, just foraging for food in the neighborhood. So
we got to figure this out because it is fun. It adds a little bit of flavor to our life. This whether or not we're going to adopt this thing or maybe the neighbor might stab us. We don't know what this neighbor is about either.
I'm going to go and find the house and then potentially knock on the door.
Yeah, we should probably do some reconnaissance. Look, maybe we'll get some what are those not goggles, fucking where you can see far.
Microscopes or
no, God, we're so dumb. Let's call your dad.
Magnifying glass?
No.
Telescopes?
Do you got it now?
Binoculars.
What did you call it?
Monoculars.
Monoculars. We are dumb.
No, I said binoculars. I just got really excited over it.
Yeah. Okay. So binoculars. We'll wear all black. We're gonna figure out this neighbor because I don't think this neighbor. The way she texts, and granted, we could read it worse, but
yeah, I sent her a joke. I was like, oh, well, if she looks a little thicker than normal, full disclosure, I have been feeding her, or maybe she's fucking pregnant. But I just was like, I have been feeding her. She left me on red. I'm like, this is your cat. If somebody was like, oh, I had been feeding your cat, like I wanted to make sure it had a home, I would be so grateful. I'd be like, where do you live? Let me like bring you a gift. Like, and I'm only treating this cat how I would want somebody to treat Mango. Like, make sure he has a home, go get him scanned, make sure like he's not lost, you know?
I know, but you're treating it too well. When it goes back home, I'm sure Echo is not a good time at her old place because she realizes
now
it's
she
like
wants
when
to
you get
leave.
Adopted and your new house has a mansion. Granted, we live in a tiny home, but he doesn't know that.
Well,
but it is like, you know, you're eating fucking steak and caviar and you go home and all you're eating is wood. You're gonna fucking hate your old owner.
Yeah, I guess though it's like vacation, you know. This is the vacation house.
Yeah,
everybody wants to leave. Everybody misses their home at the end of vacation.
Yeah, you're like the cool aunt. And then it's like, yeah, I can go over there. Also, Mango is not happy about it. Mango fucking hates this cat, I think. But maybe they might get along. It would be nice for Mango to have a friend, although I don't know if Mango's into it.
I think Mango needs a dog friend. He's too territorial for cats. I've said it once, I'll say it again.
Yeah.
I'm sure people have heard me say that, but
so this week has been insane, other than Echo, the cat.
Dude, Andrew's gone. I am a single woman again. I make dinners for myself. I go to Legree now. Like, I love when you have work though. I love spending the day with Andrew and then being alone at night. Yeah. I also do love seeing you be happy because you get noticeably more happy when you're working.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, it just gives me satisfaction to see you have satisfaction. It's not completely selfish.
Yeah. No, I feel you. I look. It's only lasting 2 more days, and then I'm back to being miserable and being here every night. So I apologize. No, I'm sure.
The
I'll
other
have,
night, he ended up finishing something earlier than expected, and he said, "Oh, we're grabbing a bite to eat. I'll be home soon." And I was like, "Oh, well, I just got stuff for spaghetti and like some wine, so I wasn't expecting you to be here." He goes, "I'll stay out longer." I said, "Thanks."
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's been ridiculous. But it's funny because I talked about last episode the writing process and like been working with Nikki on figuring out the roast set and how many spots we did, probably like 30 different spots, and just whatever, working so hard and tirelessly on making this set as good as it can be because millions of people are going to watch it. And how, I kind of hate when people are like, it's all about the process, when people say that. And I feel like people say that when it works out. You know what I mean? So, I won the championship, but it's what I learned along the way. And it makes me kind of want to vomit. But because you don't hear from people that it doesn't work out and they're like, well, at least I got the process. It's like, but anyhow, for the first time or in a long time since like sports and stuff, I felt like I was like part of a team. And like stand up is so individual. Like you feel like you're on an island, and this really felt like a team. Like it's hard to feel that even if you're at a job, that it's a team aspect, but no one feels that way. Everyone's kind of like, I just want a promotion and fuck everyone else. But it really did feel like that. So we're literally the night before the roast, we probably cut 5 jokes and added maybe like literally the night before. And I don't know, it just came down to the wire, which made it even more. And then going to the roast, I went with Hannah Berner. We went to the red carpet, and it was like everyone was there.
I
Like,
didn't know there was a red carpet.
I didn't walk it.
Oh,
I felt weird.
yeah. What were you wearing?
Not a bomber.
Andrew's dressed up as just putting a bomber over his normal outfit.
Yeah, putting a bomber over pajamas.
He thinks because it's like a Ralph Lauren
Yeah.
bomber that he's like, people are gonna know what it is.
Ooh, is that a horse on your? But everyone was there. Julian
Which I
Edelman,
think
Rob
you
Gronkowski.
can buy Ralph Lauren at TJ Maxx.
Yes, but I overpaid for that. So
Yeah.
Julian Edelman, Dana White. I mean, all the like people you could really, especially in the male sports world, were there. Like it was crazy. Every time you looked around, you're like, "That's that motherfucker from whatever." It's like
Are they all bigger than you, like in your head, or bigger than they were in your head?
No, surprisingly, well, some of them, like Rob Gronkowski, is gigantic.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like
You know what he looks like? He looks like the troll from Harry Potter.
he does. He does on steroids and stilts. But
Like,
yeah.
But the shape of his head is like the troll
His
from Harry
eyes.
Potter.
Yeah, no, it is very troll. Where were you a week ago when I was writing jokes? Brennan's like, I'm going to hold this one.
Save it for the pod.
So I did get some jokes on there. So the night that we go inside, I thought I had a show later on that night, and at a theater show with Heather McMahon. So I didn't. My buddy Gianni, who's an actor, offered me a great seat, and then I was like, I'm gonna buy a ticket, whatever, get reimbursed. But I was like sitting like pretty far away, and by myself because the Heather show ended up not working out, and I didn't find out till the day of. So I could have been like down.
Pissed.
I would have been on TV. I would have been in like the middle of everything. But now I'm alone in like the upper deck
As a writer.
As a writer for the show.
So annoying.
I was wondering why I didn't see you. I figured
Yeah.
you'd be like next to Hannah.
No, I was
something.
literally like outside scalping, trying to get in.
Dude, okay. Keep
No,
going.
so then Hannah texts me and she's like, "Wait, I was like, dude, I'm in the nosebleeds. I can't even see if that's Tom Brady or Peyton Manning. I don't even fucking know where we're at." And she's like, "Oh, I have an extra floor seat." I was like, "Oh, really?" Now you tell me after we just drove for an hour and a half together. So next thing I know, now I'm on the floor and I'm like third row on the floor, like right behind where the action was. And actually, Gary from
They
Howard
just didn't
Stern
put
was
you on
there.
TV. on
No,
camera.
I was too good looking. The bomber was too nice. It would have took away from, from the event. And
Yeah.
so everyone's up there, Andrew Schultz, Bert Kreischer, Tom Segura, and like it's the most manly event ever. And then you have Nikki there, and then Sam J. But like Nikki is like the one, like girl, like she has to bring it. It's like I don't know. It was like so much pressure, and I'm like freaking out in the chair. I drank too much coffee, and I'm like feeling very like I feel like I'm about to perform. And it was just so intense. And then Kevin Hart did a joke that kind of stepped on one of the jokes. I was like, just stop talking. Then Jeff Ross is talking. I'm like, just don't step on our jokes.
Yeah.
Because they do send it to Netflix, but like the jokes, but you never know. Like someone could be lazy and not realize that they have the same joke, And then Nikki goes up and literally like the first joke fucking crushed. And then it was just the most like every joke was hitting so fucking hard. And Kevin Hart did such a good job of reacting to all the short jokes
He did.
to get it going. And then like, any
he was a
joke that
great
I
host.
wrote that hit, like obviously I was like telling, everyone in my row that I'm the star. No, I didn't tell anyone, and then I literally like there was a standing ovation. And I'm in tears in the crowd. And it was just one of those moments where I was just like, I can't believe it worked like beyond perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
And it, I don't know. It was just one of those moments where it's like, oh, if you really put in the work and like you could accomplish fucking a huge feat. And, it was wild. It was like I was like very emotional about it. Probably because our friendship has been on and off too. And it was nice to like come back together and then have like kind of like a moment.
It brought you together again.
Yeah. I think there's probably some of that going on. If I want to be cheesy about it and honest and vulnerable. But
I'm happy for you.
Yeah, and then it like and now it exploded like because she was, the girl that took down the boys and had the best set of the night. Some people are gonna be like, no, it was Tony Hinchcliffe. That's what everyone's writing. Like anyone that's like, Nikki had the best. No, Tony Hinchcliffe did.
People
He had a great
just
set. It's whatever.
They cannot handle when a woman is funny.
Oh yeah.
It's like
And
just those type of guys. Just
Oh, I know. And they didn't want to laugh, but they
No.
couldn't. I mean, the audience, you can't argue with it. And so now she's like everywhere, and everyone's like, I always love Nikki Glaser. It's like people are coming out of woodwork being like, oh, yeah, you've always been great. It's like, It's so funny. People
Fake.
showing, fake ass shit. But
I think the funny part too is like the jokes about women on the stage are always like they're the same. Like any woman could have been up there and it could have been about her age, about her appearance, or insinuating that she's like a whore.
yes.
Like all of the things that were said about Nikki, she could have,
yes.
you know what I mean? She's heard them before. She knew what they were going to be. I don't know. Just nothing original. So I'm like, I don't know. Just the things that people laugh at.
No, there's definitely a, that happens too with like certain jokes.
Same thing with Kevin Hart though. Everybody knows that his are going to be short, but like, how do you
make it specific?
Yeah, exactly.
I think also, there's like some like tactics too with the guys where they compare it. The thing with, I think Nikki said is that it wasn't just over the top to be, because I feel like when you're in an environment like that, it's such a pissing contest that the jokes will be so dark and like edgy that's supposed to gonna win, but you learn that no, it's the smartest joke, it's the most clever joke, it's the tightest writing, it's the flow of the whole set, how it all came together, the themes that we did for each person were common, so there was like a thread, like it was really well thought out, and you realize like no one else did that. Like a lot of people just, they kind of winged it or whatever. I mean, there were some crazy things that, I mean.
Some people's roasts sounded like the first draft.
Yeah. Well, Ben Affleck, I felt like.
Jesus, I couldn't even watch it. I couldn't watch it.
That was the weirdest thing ever. He didn't even do comedy.
Yeah.
No, it felt like he wrote something 2 nights ago after doing 40 lines, and it was a rough draft written on the back of a napkin with lipstick or whatever, and
He's
he just
so cringy to me.
Yeah, it was bad, and I joked that I was like, oh, so Matt Damon did write Good Will Hunting after I heard that. It was crazy. It was crazy. I mean, it was 3 hours long. Julian Edelman did fucking great. He could literally be a stand-up comedian tomorrow. Rob Gronkowski in his way was fucking fantastic.
He was. I agree.
Andrew Schultz did do very well. And Bird and Tom, a lot of people are giving them shit saying they bombed. I don't think they bombed. I thought they actually went for something that was kind of out there and interesting, and it gave it like a different flavor.
It kind of went on theme with Ron Burgundy.
Yeah, I don't think it, like, people are giving, and I'm not just saying that because, I played high school football with Tom. I really do think that their set in the room too did better than people are giving it. It's just like when you do anything like with 2 people, it's harder for some reason than one when you're doing like a segment. Like if Tom and Bert just did roast jokes on their own, it would have been easier for them. I think they probably should have done that looking back, but I don't know. I thought they kind of went for something kind of unique, and even if it didn't crush as hard as the roast, like, I think it was fun.
I guess I just felt like Bert needed to practice more.
Yeah. Yeah, Tom, it did feel like Tom was carrying that.
Like I was like, why is he here?
Well,
sorry, but that's how I felt. You don't have to agree.
Yeah,
with
no,
me,
I
but...
feel you. He laughs a lot.
Yeah, I guess.
That joke really worked.
Yeah.
I love your one joke that we said.
Yeah, that was funny.
But yeah, who else? Kevin Hart is the best fucking host on earth.
His whole personality is so entertaining.
Well, that room, every segment went buck wild because you're dealing with people that have never done stand-up, and people are taking shots together. Belichick's meeting Brady for the first time, and Kraft, and after each thing you have to like reset the room for the next person, which is really hard to do with even 100 people in a room, and he's doing it with 12,000. And at times he's just talking like, hey, yeah, like he felt like you were like at like a small comedy club with him, and you just see that he's such a professional that you can bring it down. You don't have to be the loudest. I don't know. He was like a fucking like a composer up there, I felt like. And it was an incredible night. And then we had the party afterwards, which was kind of wild, just to look around and just see fucking Dave Chappelle.
Dude, one of my favorite Kevin Hart moments was after, I forget his name, but you'll know who. After this guy goes up or whatever. Oh my God. Goes up. Oh, the guy who he got replaced by Brady.
Oh, Drew Bledsoe.
Drew Bledsoe when
Bledsoe,
he was
Tom could run.
No. Yeah. No, that's not what I was gonna say.
No. I know. I'm not. I'm saying that was the joke from the thing.
God.
I'm not.
I know, but I'm just trying to say something.
Okay, what?
When Kevin Hart says, like, you look like you've been working at Walgreens, like the Walgreens Employee of the Month. That was just one of my favorite moments. Like,
that's what I'm talking. Yeah, like Kevin. That wasn't on, like, to go off the prompter and do that whole to go for the Walgreens thing, and it hit, obviously, because he looks exactly like what a fucking manager of a Walgreens would look like. And then to go from that to the prompter,
or like
then
an
back
arthritis
off.
Medication commercial. Like,
yeah, he looks like a fake doctor, but he's almost too big that you wouldn't trust him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is funny. Doctors can be too big to feel trusted. A doctor should be no taller than 6'1".
Shorter.
Or maybe even shorter, because they had to like earn it. I don't want my doctor like getting off on good looks. Like, you don't want your fucking cancer doctor being like, he's just tall with a good smile.
Oh God.
But I'd fuck him.
That's so funny.
Yeah. But anyhow, it was an insane night.
I actually had a hot doctor.
Really?
Mm-hmm. My mom had a hot doctor, and she's like,
Here,
you gotta go to this doctor.
All right, let's talk about this when we come back. So you had a hot doc. So your mom has a hot doctor.
It's so weird when I think about it now, because I was a child.
Wait. Okay, keep
Or
going.
like, growing up, my mom always went to this one doctor, this male doctor.
What was his name?
It was a weird. I gotta ask her.
Dr. Hottie.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
text
Dr.
her
McDreamy.
because-
Dr. fucking sit on my face. Yeah,
What
so
was the name of the hot doctor you had growing up?
I think I've told you
Question
this story. I had a hot nurse one time, and I had something going on with my balls, and I didn't want to show her my balls because she was too pretty. So I said, my hands are itchy. I lied to her, and no one ever looked at my balls. I don't even want to say it out loud.
What did you have?
It rhymes with rabies, and it's
Scabies?
scary. It's scary rabies.
How did you get scabies on your balls?
I think I got it from. Again, this is gonna sound worse. I went to a Turkish.
Rub and tug.
It wasn't a tug. I would tell you if it was a tug. It was just a rub, but it was a Turkish place.
Isn't a rub and tug both? That's the same thing. It's just the name of it.
No, rub and tug. Oh, just a rub and
Oh,
rub.
I thought it was like rub and tug, like
It
the
is.
motion of the.
Oh,
Like
no,
you're-
no. The rub is the back, and the tug.
Oh, okay.
You thought the rub was on the dick too?
Yeah.
No,
I thought it was just
it was
the
just
whole line was for the dick.
no.
like, wow.
You learned something.
There's always education.
Yeah, that's always education. Yeah, so it was just a rub and rub, but it was like a Turkish place, and this old woman. I don't know if they changed the sheets. All I know is I had scabies for because I was afraid to go to the doctor. I had it for months.
Wait, but did you? So
I was
you
like
were-
crying at night at 2 a.m. in the
Aw.
morning because that's when it sounds so bad. I don't even like the listener is going to drive off a cliff, but that's when the scabies like crawl around, so you could feel it crawl in
they're-
your skin.
Wait. What are scabies?
They're like little mites. So my balls look like Tales from the Crypt. They were
Wait,
grayer than the
Shut
gray
the
in my
fuck
beard.
up. Was there like a film over them?
Dude, my balls look like I can't even like I don't know. They were left out in the sun for years. Yeah, it was bad. So anyhow,
I'm stunned.
I know.
You didn't even try any home remedies, like nothing.
so I finally called my one doctor buddy. and
I'm
I was
nauseous, actually.
yeah.
I'm like literally nauseous.
Are you still gonna marry me? You think?
I don't think I can like put your balls in my mouth. That's so gross.
This is sad. This is a sad moment on the Puddles
Dude.
podcast.
Ugh.
This was weeks ago. This was yesterday. But no, I didn't. So I went to my
God.
doctor buddy couldn't figure it out.
You know when people are like, I wish I'd met you sooner. I'm so
Yeah.
glad I didn't meet you sooner.
Yeah. You met me
Oh.
post Scabes. Yeah. And then I went to the doctor and they didn't figure it out because I wasn't honest with them. And then I finally figured it out on like some kind of website. I was like, that's my balls. That's my balls.
What did you Google? Like dusty balls?
Pretty much.
And it was like 1990, so you had to wait for the image to load.
Yeah. I had to go down to the library and
Dude, you had to go to the medical
I was
section.
like, click, click. That's my balls. And everyone at the library is like, don't yell in here. And I was like, I found my balls.
They were like, that guy's short enough to be a doctor.
Yeah, for sure. He figured out his own balls.
Oh my god.
I was like, well, my dad's a cancer doctor. I can figure out my own dusty nuts.
He didn't-
So anyhow, so I wrote my buddy. I was like, this is what I have. I have scabies. And he's like, all right, I'll call in a cream. And I swear to God, for 2 months, I'm like crying every night. Like I'm like, it's insane. Like, it's like I gotta, but then in the morning I'd feel okay. So then he calls in this cream. I put the cream on, and I swear to God, within 3 hours, I'm completely fine. Like
Good for
that.
you.
Like that.
I'm happy for you.
But then you have to
Wait,
like
so do you have to like
burn
Yeah,
everything
you have
you
to
own.
clean the scabies. Like, do they die on your balls, and then you have to like
No, like we don't have to keep going back to the balls if they're going to keep them out of your mouth. We don't want to.
It's too late. All right.
Here's the thing. My balls are completely fine now.
I feel like they did damage your balls a little bit.
There's probably some damage.
Yeah. I've been wondering about that.
Was there a war fought on your balls at one point? I see.
Dude, if you want to know how old a guy is, all you have to do is look at his balls, and that will tell you.
Yeah,
Because
what
the
he's been
dick
through.
is way behind the ball.
Yeah, the dick is actually in front of the balls. Who's counting? So,
Ugh.
anyhow, within hours, I was fine. And then I had to like deep clean everything, which was might have been the hardest part of all of this.
Knowing you.
So anyhow, what was the doctor? So your mom has a hot doctor, and she's like, "You have to try my doctor." Was he like a vagina doctor?
He was just like a family physician.
Yeah.
And he was at the doctor office, and my mom would always talk about how hot he was and like, oh, my doctor's hot. My doctor's hot. And she was like, you have to see my doctor. I don't know.
And then you saw him, and was he hot?
Yeah,
How old were
he's a
you?
good-looking guy. I was probably a teenager by the time I switched.
Switched to him?
No, I think he was always my doctor, but I think I switched to a female doctor when I started like having like sex
with him.
Conflict of interest.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I started getting Pap smears, which I actually think this is so weird.
Pap smears is the worst name.
Dude, it's next to scabies.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
So girls used to get Pap smears starting at the age, it was like whatever came first is like when you started getting your period, I think, or when you first started having sex. So my first Pap smear was at like 16 or something, and no, it was earlier. What came first, the period or the sex? Yeah, it was earlier, but now even I'm like, what did come first? No, I'm kidding.
Keep going. The more you keep debating, the more we know.
Listen, I was an early bloomer.
Your period.
What?
No.
So yeah, but anyways, when I turned like, I think I was 19, I go in for my Pap smear. They give it to me, but they're like, oh, you don't need to get a Pap smear until after 21 now. They changed it up. So now women don't need to get Pap smears till after 21. I don't know why. I just thought that was so interesting. But you would think like if you're sexually active, you want to be getting Pap smears. So I guess Pap smears are different than STD checks though, but they did change it.
I didn't know that.
During my time.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why they would change it. I wonder if I don't know if it's an age. It's weird that it's an age thing.
I guess Pap smears are more to, not prevent, but like check for cancer, basically.
Got
right?
you.
Cancer, yeah.
Who knows?
Or like possible cancer. So you're not going to the odds of you getting ovarian cancer before 21 are probably very slim. Yeah. So, it's just funny to live through like a medical discovery, basically.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean,
it's one of the first times I think I felt like, oh, I'm kind of not like I'm not old, but just like you become aware of your age, I think.
When you're old enough to get a schmear. Pap schmear sounds like it's how you put cream cheese on. That's the only time you hear schmear.
Pap smear.
Pap
Not a good
smear
one.
and a nice schmear with cream cheese. Yeah. Some would say that's what you're looking for with a Pap schmear. Okay. Snooze. What do we got?
All right.
All right. Now that we cleared that up.
Now that we cleared what Pap smears are for and how to get rid of scabies. After Kim Kardashian got booed.
Dude,
Oh,
if
yeah,
you guys.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
After Kim Kardashian got booed during Sunday night's Roast of Tom Brady, Netflix removed the moment from the final version. During the live event, Kardashian took to the stage to deliver a champagne toast and roast him along the way. However, her first joke was immediately cut off by the sounds of a booing crowd. Both the booing and Kevin Hart's attempt to calm down the disapproving audience were excluded from the final cut and is now on Netflix with a disclaimer that the roast was edited from a previous live stream.
Well, being there in my good seat that I got after the fact, first of all, she did an incredible job dealing with the boos. People talk so much shit about this woman, yet, like, it is not easy being Kim Kardashian. People are like, oh, you know, she just put out a sex tape and then you're a billionaire. A lot of people put out sex tapes and they're living on the street. I mean, she is a fucking brand fucking machine. Like, brilliant. And she dealt with the boos so fucking well, where either she is a professional or she's so detached because she's on so many antidepressants. I think it's probably a mixture of the two. But she was just like, okay, you're done booing? Okay, I'm going to go on. And then she kept this tone. A lot of people, if you weren't smart, would try to yell over the boos. Like her first joke. But she let it sit.
She kind of just made this face too, like.
Yeah.
Like
I've heard it before, bitch.
Her facial expression and everything. It wasn't, just her whole demeanor.
Yeah, it was like almost like a AI up there. Like she was just like, okay, now I'll do my thing. And it was, I think the only reason why I don't think they should have removed the boos is, one, more people are talking about the boos now because they removed them. And two, I thought she handled it well enough that would have showed, even when you're getting booed, you could be like it was a moment, like a real, the whole point of the roast is that it was real and live and not edited. And now you're taking something out, which I don't know.
Also, it's a roast.
Yeah, and I don't know if it came from her.
That was her roast.
That was her roast.
You know?
Yes. How are boos the worst part? Oh, how about when fucking they said that your kid shouldn't be home with the father? Is that worse than a boo?
I think also, people already got the content from it. So what's the point of taking it out now?
That's so true.
Yeah. But I just think like I don't know. I don't think she was a bad sport about it until after I found out that it got edited out.
But
now
who knows if she asked? I don't know.
She definitely did. Yeah.
You think?
It's
now
Kim Kardashian.
I think she's being a bad sport.
Of course she is.
It's interesting to take, or she's so fucking smart. She goes, oh, here's a moment where I can make it all about me by taking out the boos. So she's reverse booing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, could be.
Honestly.
But
she knows that she's going to get it. Huh?
It's just annoying that she's still drawing attention to herself.
But hey, look, you're going to make fun of my pussy. I'm going to fucking get the attention of the roast about me. Smart move, actually. But yeah, it was, she also like sat there for like, a lot of people left and she sat there for all 3 hours. She was like pretty much by herself. I found out through, that it was, like apparently a comedian started the boos. And he didn't think it would catch on. He just thought it might be funny, and then it just caught on like wildfire.
Look at his little face.
Oh yeah, he's killing it. Mango's so killing it. But yeah. Anyhow, you know, you make fun of her, you know it's gonna get headlines. And she DM'd Nikki, which you know Nikki said on the podcast we did, so I feel fine saying it, but. Yeah, she DM'd Nikki and like they had like a real like woman empowering conversation, which is pretty cool. I mean, the most famous person on earth writing her.
I thought it was funny because you told me what she DM'd Nikki and basically like, I don't know how you do what you do. Your job is so hard. And I was like, totally. But Kim's job is so hard. Like, I think Kim has a very hard job. So it's interesting for her to be like, oh, I don't know how you do what you do. Maybe she was feeling that boo a little bit more than we thought.
Yeah. Honestly. Well, okay, what's the next?
All right. On the same topic-ish, not really. Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie are teaming up once again for a new reality TV show nearly 17 years after The Simple Life. The news came Wednesday after Hilton and Richie hinted at their reunion in matching Instagram posts featuring a collage from their friendship through the decades. The new project will reportedly not be a reboot of The Simple Life, but a fresh concept with an original title.
Who? No way.
I knew it would be a hit or a mess.
No way.
No, I'm
just fucking
sitting
around.
here thinking like if it's gonna be actually interesting because they're just
Yeah, they caught a moment
yeah.
where you can't. They were like the first to do like a reality show that like put celebrities with regular normal people. Now normal people are the celebrities. I don't know. It's gonna be, I guess, interesting, but it was a moment in time that it would be very tough to recreate. It will be.
I think a lot of people are gonna tune in.
Yes.
I also think it's gonna be one season.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I think it's going to be like, let's look at the first few episodes, see what they're up to. And then we're just going to see Paris like being a mom and like getting spray tans. And then we're going to be like, okay, whatever.
Yeah. Their whole thing is that they were, you know, socialites. Who knows who they're going to be dating or fucking. Like that was the whole appeal. Yeah. I don't know. It could, I guess, be kind of interesting to see Paris Hilton being somewhat normal. Like because she was like, that's hot. Like, people don't know who she is.
I think that she's still going to portray herself that way. Like, that's how she is on social media.
I met her. I interviewed her one time.
Really?
Yeah. And she did. Yeah, no, you're right. She definitely stays
Yeah.
in that world of.
She still comments, that's hot on
Yeah.
TikTok. I see her. She's still doing photo shoots dressed in all pink, which, like, I love that. I love seeing that Paris, but I don't think that she's gonna suddenly have this different portray herself differently all of a sudden. I just don't see that.
I think it would be kind of fun if they did do the simple, like exactly the same show again.
That's what
that would be
at
so
first I was
fun.
excited, but then when you say, I don't know.
They're like, this time they're going to get their law degree. It's like, okay. sweet.
Kardashians 2.0.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's, but it just shows how far reality TV has come since, like, that was one of the first.
I do want to read Paris's book. I was talking to one of my clients and about books, and we were talking about the Britney book, which I think people should read if you were. It's so interesting. But Paris has one too, and I haven't read it yet, but the girl was telling me that it's very similar to Britney's, where she kind of just tells the truth of, you know, what everything she went through.
Yeah, she went through a lot of shit. I mean, and a lot of families, especially when you come from that much money and you're that notorious, you don't go public with it. It's kind of like when Harry and Meghan went public with their shit. Like
God,
the
that
Hiltons,
was so entertaining.
the Hiltons were like royalty for a while. Like that was like there weren't that many hotels. Like they were the Hiltons, and for her to fucking spill the beans on like the dark shit that happens. You just don't do it because there's just too much like money at stake for these. A lot of these people, also she made her own money, which is impressive. Like a lot of these kids will not do that because they got a trust fund coming. So the last thing you want to do is shit where you eat. And then next thing you know, you're like, oh wait, I got to make my own money. I got a DJ. You know what I mean? And that's what she did, which is badass. She fucking was like, all right, I'll make my own money. And then I'll fucking tell everyone the problem. Hopefully that's what the show's about. Is that out? That's all the snooze?
That's all my snooze.
You watched the roast. Did you enjoy it?
I skipped through. I watched the first half. I watched through till Nikki's set.
Yeah.
Watched Nikki's, and then I kind of just scrolled through the rest of it. Honestly, I felt like, I think after Gronk's is when I kind of stopped watching. Like I saw the three that we mentioned, Gronk's, Edelman's, and Nikki's, and then like Kevin was great. Kevin's probably what kept me for so long, and then I was like, okay, I'm over this. It was when I saw the old guy, the old coach too.
Yeah,
I saw
Belichick.
his, and then I think after Belichick, never mind, was when I was like, okay, bye.
Yeah, Belichick, you could really feel the players. They did jokes about him, but there was a lot of like truth. That's the thing with these roast jokes is like, no, like these players fucking hated him for like, because he did. You're a 22-year-old kid who you're so impressionable and you're so convinced that you have to like do exactly what the coach wants you to do, or you'll lose your job and you'll lose your you won't be able to pay your parents' mortgage who paid for the fucking house. Like there's so much pressure on it, and the coach uses that against you to make you a soldier and do whatever the fuck he wants. And then you get into your mid-30s and you're like, this old man kind of took advantage of me, and you could feel it like that. That's what I felt like. These guys have grown up. And now they're talking to him as a peer because he's not their coach anymore. He's not a coach at all. And they're like, good, I can finally talk about what I talked about in therapy. You know what I mean? It just felt like that. It felt like there was some real truth behind how annoying he was and how much he like was a dictator with them, which you could feel it in the room for sure. Yeah. But that was cool to see. Yeah, it was a crazy night. But it's definitely, it's also interesting, like being I went to the party afterwards.
Oh my God, this is my favorite part.
Oh, so I left so I didn't get the ticket because I waited too long. So I just left. I didn't even know the party was happening backstage or afterwards.
Andrew.
So I went outside and I'm in the parking lot and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I was supposed to leave with Hannah. She's not writing me back. And then there's like 45 hot dog stands. And I was like, you know what? I got $11. Somehow I have cash on me. The hot dog was 10. And I was like, maybe. Yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm going to celebrate with a dog. And I fucking had a hot dog with ketchup, mayonnaise, and mustard with grilled onions. And I'm just fucking housing this thing. It's all over my face. This one girl who's apparently an agent comes up with her guy. It's like, Andrew. And I was like, I didn't know who the fuck it. And I'm covered in hot dog. I'm like, I'm sorry, I got hot dog. And she's like, yeah, okay. So I went from like being a writer at a roast to talking to an agent with hot dog in my mouth.
Right back to where you
started. Back to where I should be.
No.
Yes. I'm just a man eating a dog who used to have scabies. That's all I am. And so I don't want to think I'm big time. So then I text Nikki. I'm like, yeah, I'm outside eating a hot dog.
Andrew's like,
what are you
y'all
doing?
Want to hang?
What are you doing?
She's like, I'm at an after party, bitch.
She's like, I just blew Tom Brady. You're eating a hot dog. So I was like, oh, the party. She's like, okay, I don't think I can get you in. And she's like, oh, wait, I could get you in. And Chris, her boyfriend, actually came out, gave me a band. And then I finally got in, but I was like, am I about to just Uber home alone after sitting alone with a hot dog all over my face?
Dude, you would have been so sad seeing the after party photos if you'd gone home.
Well, the cool thing about the after party is because people know that like I worked with Nikki, that I got residual like, you killed. I was like, I didn't do.
Kissing,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which, it does feel good.
Well deserved.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we worked hard enough where the ass kissing I felt like was definitely deserved. But yeah, it was a cool night. I don't know when there'll be maybe when we roast LeBron. I don't know who else is gonna do it. They're gonna try to do it with other celebs. But
I keep thinking LeBron is dead. I always mix them up.
Yeah, that's not good. It's like a rub and tug. It's like, what is it?
It's just the two only like
male
basketball athletes I know.
Ray J, Reggie.
Yeah.
I had no idea Ray J played basketball till
Ray J didn't play basketball.
Oh, right.
Ray J
when I mixed them
fucked
up.
Kim Kardashian. Yes.
So what else does Ray J do?
He fucked Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, but like, what's his job?
He was a singer, rapper, kind of. I think actor.
What about Reggie? He's the football player, right?
Yes.
Reggie Bush.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who also had sex with Kim Kardashian.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Slay.
They were dating for a while. All right. So we got our first collaborator.
Not sponsor.
Not a sponsor. Collaborator. I think we're paying them. So
I am really glad to get these for free because I genuinely do enjoy these snacks. And I've only ever tried the dark chocolate flavor. I didn't know they had
milk chocolate. Yeah, it's called Undercover.
No, they got more down there.
Oh yeah. Well, it's dark chocolate and sea salt. And
grab the other ones.
Grab the other ones. Jesus Christ. There's dark chocolate, blueberry, whatever. So we bring up the fact that we ate these on a flight and how delicious they are, and they're quinoa and they're healthy. And we're just like randomly talking about them. And Mel's like, my friend's mom's the owner of that. So they got in touch, and then they sent us like 85,000 of these things. And they're fucking delicious. So essentially, we're doing this so if we go broke and we need food to live off of. But yeah, they're called Undercover. They didn't even like really pay. We just really want to just help out Mel's friend's mom. And yeah, they're delicious. Do you have a favorite? Probably the milk chocolate, I would think. Also, they're a food on a podcast, and it's very loud.
The ASMR people like that, though.
That's true.
Chew into the microphone.
Wow. Okay.
I'm going to get fat.
They're all good. I just love like a milk chocolate, though.
Yeah, I do too. Delicious. All right, skincare tip. Don't eat chocolate.
Don't eat chocolate in bed.
So I have this mask that I use in the treatment room. I really recommend it. It's by the brand Image. And it's called the Hormetic Balancing Gel Mask. Something like that. It's really hydrating, but helps a lot with inflammation and like redness. I like to take that, especially after if you have like inflamed acne or like after a sunburn. You can pop it in your fridge for a little while, cool it down, put it on your face, and then use these things. They're called cryo sticks. You can get them on Amazon for like $20. You can contour your face with them. Just roll it around. Stick those in the freezer too, like 20 minutes before you use them. It's so soothing on your skin, helps depuff, and it will help you with redness immediately. So,
all right, go
highly
get them.
recommend, yeah.
I see Brenna doing them all the time, giving herself face massages, and I'm like,
guys, I do face massages like every day now. They're seriously so good for you. They help detoxify your skin, lift. If you do stay consistent with it, it's great for anti-aging. You're going to be happy you started.
all right, get after it. We're going to eat more undercovers. And check out the Patreon. We have like a ton of members now. I mean, it's really growing.
They're not all paid, though. If you want to actually see the content, you have to pay.
Yeah, look, this collaborator is only paying us with food, so we need you to do patreon.com with Puddles with Brenna and Andrew, or Andrew and Brenna. It's an extra episode each week, 4 extra episodes each month for just $5. And I really do feel like we're somehow even more honest.
Yeah, we're more. It's funnier over there for some reason.
Yeah, it's sillier, and I talk more about even getting scabies for a second time.
Nobody wants to hear that, actually.
That's true. I don't do that. Okay. Check out Patreon.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for listening.
Puddles. Everybody now puddles. Everybody get up because you get down and then everyone will come over here.